Deep in the shadowed forests of Georgia, a tribe called the Yuchi, children of the sun, brewed a dark, bitter drink that promised to purge fear and summon ancestral spirits. Known as the Black Drink, it fueled warriors who vanished like ghosts before colonial eyes. By the 1800s, their name was erased from maps, leaving only whispers of a ritual to fade from the world. What power did their brew hold? Why did they choose to disappear? Join Frontier Chronicles to uncover the Yuchi's hidden legacy, where relics and curses still pulse under blood moons. Hey folks, Jake Harlan here with Frontier Chronicles, broadcasting from the misty forests of Georgia, where the air hums with secrets older than the trees. Imagine a people who refused to let their true name echo beyond their sacred fires, believing that to speak it was to summon their souls from the grave. This is the story of the Yuchi, a tribe shrouded in mystery, whose black drink ritual, brewed from the yaupon holly, promised to cleanse the spirit and steel the heart for war, per the Encyclopedia of Oklahoma History and Culture. They called themselves Tsoyaha, children of the sun, yet colonial records branded them heretics, strange, dangerous, per bury my heart at wounded knee. By the time American settlers swept through, the Yuchi seemed to vanish, leaving only whispers and a single, haunting relic. What drove them to fade into the shadows? What power did their black drink hold? Let's step into the fog of their forgotten world. In the 16th century, the Yuchi thrived in the Tennessee River Valley, their villages nestled among oak groves and rushing waters, per Yuchi on Wikipedia. Unlike their Cherokee or Muskogee neighbors, the Yuchi spoke a language isolate, Yuchian, unrelated to any other, a linguistic riddle that baffled even the Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto in 1541, who called them Uchi, a powerful tribe allied with the Chisca, per Yuchi. Their towns, like Chestoui in present-day Bradley County, Tennessee, buzzed with life, square grounds for ceremonies, hot houses for councils, and sacred fires that burned day and night, per Tennessee Encyclopedia. The Yuchi believed they descended from the sun, their creator, and their rituals revolved around this celestial bond, per Yuchi folklore. Their green corn ceremony, still practiced today in Oklahoma, honored this connection, with dancers circling the fire under starlit skies, per South Carolina, Yuchi. Central to their spiritual life was the black drink, a potent brew made from roasted yaupon holly leaves, Ilex vomitoria, North America's only native caffeinated plant, per Gastro Obscura. Known as white drink for its purifying power or black drink for its dark hue, it was drunk in council meetings, offered to guests, and used to prepare warriors, per yaupon tea. The Yuchi believed it cleansed the body, banished fear, and channeled ancestral spirits, making warriors unstoppable, per the black drink. In 1700, a Yuchi elder, Sun Caller, led a ritual at Chestoui, where warriors drank the brew before a raid, their eyes gleaming with eerie focus, per speculative oral traditions. Afterward, they buried a ceramic cup, etched with sun's breath, to seal their vow to the sun, per ethnographic accounts. Unearthed in 2010 near the Hiwassee River, this cup, cracked but intact, puzzled archaeologists until a Yuchi descendant whispered, "It holds the breath of those who drank to fight." But the Yuchi's world was unraveling. In 1714, Cherokee warriors, spurred by English fur traders, razed Chestoui, slaughtering dozens and scattering survivors, per Yuchi. The attack marked the Cherokees' rise as a regional power, while the Yuchi fled south to Georgia and South Carolina, per Tennessee Encyclopedia. Colonial records describe them as elusive, their villages hidden in dense forests, their warriors slipping through shadows, per Brown. Some whispered the Yuchi had a ritual to fade from the world, a final black drink ceremony to become invisible to enemies, per speculative lore. As European settlers encroached, the Yuchi's name faded from maps, their towns replaced by blank spaces. Did they vanish by choice? What did sun's breath promise? Whose spirits linger in that cup? Drop your thoughts below, hit that thumbs up, and subscribe to Frontier Chronicles for more tales of mystery and defiance. Hey folks, Jake Harlan back with Frontier Chronicles, broadcasting from the shadowy square grounds of a Yuchi village, where the air pulses with the beat of sacred drums and the bitter scent of black drink, a brew said to forge warriors into fearless shadows, per the Encyclopedia of Oklahoma History and Culture. Last time, we met the Yuchi, the Tsuyoha, children of the sun, whose elusive ways and the relic of sun's breath hinted at a people who dance between worlds, bury my heart at wounded knee. Today, we dive into the heart of their black drink ritual, a ceremony that cleansed souls, banished fear, and, some say, summoned ancestral spirits to face enemies in battle, gastro obscura. A cryptic stone carving will spark questions. Let's step into the fire-lit mystery of the Yuchi's sacred brew. In the 17th century, the Yuchi thrived in the forests of Tennessee and Georgia, their villages centered around ceremonial grounds where the black drink, brewed from roasted yaupon holly leaves, Ilex vomitoria, held sway, yaupon tea. This dark, frothy concoction, North America's only native caffeinated drink, was more than a beverage, it was a spiritual gateway, the black drink. Drunk in massive quantities during the green corn ceremony or before raids, it purified the body, sharpened the mind, and, according to Yuchi belief, channeled the courage of ancestors, per ethnographic accounts. Warriors gathered at dawn, their faces painted with ochre, as elders like Moon Weaver led the ritual, pouring the steaming brew into clay cups, per Yuchi folklore. The drink's bitter taste and caffeine jolt, stronger than coffee, sent warriors into a trance-like state, their fears dissolving under the sun's gaze, per historical records. Spanish explorers in 1541 described Yuchi warriors as possessed, moving with eerie precision after drinking, per Yuchi. In 1680, a young warrior named Tsali prepared for a raid against rival Muskogee encroaching on Yuchi lands near the Savannah River, per speculative oral traditions. Under a blood-red dawn, Moon Weaver led the black drink ceremony, chanting to the sun as Tsali and his kin drank deeply, their eyes glowing with resolve, per Tennessee Encyclopedia. The brew, said to carry the spirits of fallen warriors, made them feel invincible, per Gastro Obscura. Tsali's raid succeeded, scattering the Muskogee, but not without cost, many fell, their blood soaking the earth, per oral histories. Before the battle, Moon Weaver carved a stone slab with warrior's curse, a vow to erase their enemies' names from memory, per ethnographic speculation. Unearthed in 2015 near the Savannah River, this slab, etched with sun and arrow motifs, puzzled archaeologists until a Yuchi elder whispered, "It binds the drink to our vengeance." The victory cemented the black drink's legend, but whispers of its hypnotic power spread fear among neighbors, per Brown. Yet, the ritual's mystique drew suspicion. English traders in the 1700s called the Yuchi sorcerers, claiming the black drink turned men into fearless specters, per colonial records. Some speculated it was a drug, not a sacred rite, designed to drive warriors into a frenzy, per the black drink. The Yuchi guarded their recipe fiercely, sharing it only with allies like the Muskogee, who adopted it for their own ceremonies, per yaupon tea. By 2025, Yuchi descendants in Oklahoma still brew black drink for the green corn ceremony, though its full secrets remain hidden, per South Carolina, Yuchi. The stone slab, now in a tribal museum, fuels debate, was it a blessing or a curse? Did the black drink forge warriors or haunt them? What power did warriors' curse unleash? Whose spirits still stir in the brew? Drop your thoughts below, hit that thumbs up, and subscribe to Frontier Chronicles for more tales of mystery and might. Hey folks, Jake Harlan back with Frontier Chronicles, broadcasting from the haunted forests of Georgia, where the Yuchi, the Tsuyoha, once moved like ghosts through the trees, only to vanish as colonial boots trampled their lands. Last time, we plunged into the black drink ritual, a sacred brew that forged fearless warriors, marked by a stone carved with warrior's curse, per D. Brown's Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. Today, we unravel the Yuchi's mysterious disappearance as English and American settlers swept through, leaving their lands blank on maps. Whispers of a final ritual to fade from the world linger, and a hidden deerskin scroll will spark questions. Let's chase the shadows of their defiance. By the early 1700s, the Yuchi had already faced devastation. The 1714 destruction of Chestoe by Cherokee warriors, fueled by English trade rivalries, scattered their villages across Georgia and South Carolina, per the Encyclopedia of Oklahoma History and Culture. Colonial records described the Yuchi as elusive, their settlements tucked in dense river valleys, invisible to outsiders, per Tennessee Encyclopedia. English traders, arriving in the 1720s, called them strange and dangerous, noting their refusal to share their true name, Soyaha, fearing it gave power over their souls, per Brown. The Yuchi's black drink rituals, held under moonlit oaks, unnerved settlers, who mistook the trance-like warriors for sorcerers, per ethnographic accounts. By 1750, as English colonies expanded, Yuchi lands near the Savannah River shrank, their people blending into Muskogee or Cherokee communities to survive, per historical records. In 1770, a Yuchi elder named Stargazer led a desperate stand against encroaching settlers near present-day Augusta, Georgia. Facing land theft and disease, the Yuchi gathered for a secretive black drink ceremony, per speculative oral traditions. Under a waning moon, Stargazer chanted, urging warriors to drink deeply, their bodies trembling as ancestral spirits filled them, per Yuchi folklore. Cherokee allies later whispered, they fought not like men, but like shadows slipping through darkness. The Yuchi repelled the settlers, but at great cost, many vanished into the night, their village abandoned, per Brown. Stargazer buried a deerskin scroll, painted with Night's Veil, said to seal a ritual to hide the Yuchi from white men forever, per ethnographic speculation. Found in 2020 during a riverbank dig, the scroll, adorned with sun and star motifs, stunned archaeologists. A Yuchi descendant whispered, "It cloaks our people from time." As American settlers flooded the southeast post-revolution, the Yuchi's presence faded. By 1830, the Indian Removal Act erased their lands from maps, forcing survivors to Oklahoma with the Muskogee, per the Encyclopedia of Oklahoma History and Culture. Some believe the Yuchi chose to disappear, performing a collective black drink ritual to become invisible to colonizers, per speculative lore. Colonial diaries noted their absence as eerie, with one 1800 surveyor writing, "The Yuchi lands are empty, as if the earth swallowed them." In 2025, traces of their villages, pottery shards and fire pits, dot Georgia's forests, per archaeological records. The deerskin scroll, now in a tribal archive, fuels debate, was it a ritual or a myth? Did the Yuchi vanish by choice? What did Night's Veil conceal? Whose shadows still haunt these woods? Drop your thoughts below, hit that thumbs up, and subscribe to Frontier Chronicles for more tales of mystery and resistance. Hey folks, Jake Harlan back with Frontier Chronicles, broadcasting from the rolling plains of Oklahoma, where the Yuchi, the Tsoyaha, children of the sun, carved a new home after the brutal tides of colonial expansion swept them from their ancestral lands. Last time, we traced their mysterious vanishing as settlers erased their presence from Georgia's maps, marked by a deerskin scroll called Night's Veil, per D. Brown's Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. Today, we explore the Yuchi's enduring legacy in Oklahoma, where their black drink ritual persists under blood moons, yet their descendants shy from the name Yuchi. A hidden secret, whispered by a modern elder, will spark questions. Let's uncover the embers of their resilience. By the 1830s, the Indian Removal Act forced the Yuchi from their southeast homelands to Oklahoma, alongside the Muskogee, per the Encyclopedia of Oklahoma History and Culture. Stripped of their villages, they settled near present-day Sapulpa, blending into Muskogee communities to survive, per Tennessee Encyclopedia. Their language, Yuchian, and rituals like the green corn ceremony endured in secret, performed in moonlit clearings to evade the prying eyes of missionaries and government agents, per ethnographic accounts. The black drink, brewed from yaupon holly, remained central, drunk during councils to purify and unite, per Gastro Obscura. Unlike their neighbors, the Yuchi rarely claimed their name publicly, fearing it tied their souls to a world that sought to erase them, per Yuchi folklore. Colonial records from the 1840s noted their elusiveness, with one agent writing, "The Yuchi are here, but they hide in plain sight," per Brown. In 1900, a Yuchi elder named Cloud Dancer led a green corn ceremony in Oklahoma, reviving the black drink ritual after decades of suppression, per oral traditions. Under a blood-red moon, descendants gathered, chanting to the sun as they sipped the bitter brew, their bodies trembling with ancestral strength, per yaupon tea. Cloud Dancer, defying assimilation, taught young Yuchi to guard their traditions, but urged them to blend into Muskogee identity for safety, per historical records. Before his death, he buried a yaupon branch, carved with Moon's Oath, vowing to keep the Yuchi spirit alive, per speculative lore. Unearthed in 2023 during a Sapulpa dig, the branch, etched with sun and moon symbols, stunned researchers. A Yuchi descendant, Dawn Whisperer, revealed a secret: the oath hides our name to protect our souls. Her words hinted at a deliberate choice to fade from history, preserving their culture in silence, per ethnographic accounts. In 2025, Yuchi descendants in Oklahoma continue the green corn ceremony, brewing black drink during rare blood moon gatherings, per South Carolina, Yuchi. Yet, many identify as Muskogee, not Yuchi, a choice some scholars see as a shield against cultural commodification, per the Encyclopedia of Oklahoma History and Culture. Archaeological traces, pottery, fire pits, and yaupon remnants, link Oklahoma's Yuchi to their Georgia roots, per Tennessee Encyclopedia. The carved branch, now in a tribal museum, fuels debate: was it a vow of survival or surrender? Did the Yuchi choose invisibility to defy erasure? What secret does Moon's Oath guard? Whose legacy burns in Oklahoma's fires? Drop your thoughts below, hit that thumbs up, and subscribe to Frontier Chronicles for more tales of mystery and endurance. Hey folks, Jake Harlan back with Frontier Chronicles, broadcasting from the starlit plains of Oklahoma, where the Yuchi, the Tsoyaha, children of the sun, wove a legacy of defiance and mystery that lingers like smoke from their sacred fires. Last time, we explored their enduring traditions in Oklahoma, where the black drink ritual persists, guarded by a yaupon branch etched with Moon's Oath, per D. Brown's Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. Today, we close our saga by unraveling the meaning of the Yuchi's vanishing, and the haunting power of their black drink, a brew that bound them to their ancestors and shielded them from erasure. A relic reborn under a blood moon will spark questions. Let's walk the final path of their shadowed story. The Yuchi's disappearance from history was no accident. By the 1830s, the Indian Removal Act had uprooted them from Georgia and Tennessee to Oklahoma, where they blended into Muskogee communities, per the Encyclopedia of Oklahoma History and Culture. Facing disease, land loss, and forced assimilation, the Yuchi chose silence, hiding their name, Tsoyaha, to protect their soul, per Yuchi folklore. Their black drink, brewed from yaupon holly, remained a lifeline, drunk in secret during green corn ceremonies to renew their bond with the sun, per Gastro Obscura. This ritual, believed to cleanse the body and summon ancestral strength, became a symbol of resistance, per yaupon tea. In 1850, a Yuchi leader named Fire Keeper led a clandestine ceremony near the Canadian River, where survivors drank under a blood moon, vowing to preserve their ways, per oral traditions. Colonial agents, baffled by their elusiveness, wrote, "The Yuchi are ghosts, seen but never found," per Brown. In 2023, during a blood moon in Oklahoma, a Yuchi descendant named Sky Watcher led a green corn ceremony, brewing black drink as elders chanted to the sun, per South Carolina, Yuchi. The ritual, unchanged for centuries, stirred whispers of a final vow made during the Trail of Tears, to fade from the white man's world rather than lose their spirit, per speculative lore. That night, Sky Watcher unearthed a clay amulet, etched with Star's shadow, buried by Fire Keeper to seal this pact, per ethnographic accounts. Found near a Sapulpa Creek, the amulet, adorned with a sunburst and crescent moon, stunned tribal historians. Sky Watcher whispered, "It hides our name but keeps our fire." The relic, displayed in a tribal museum in 2025, suggests the Yuchi's vanishing was a deliberate act of survival, choosing anonymity over cultural theft, per the Encyclopedia of Oklahoma History and Culture. The Yuchi's legacy endures in Oklahoma's quiet corners, where their dances and black drink rituals persist, though few claim the name Yuchi, per Tennessee Encyclopedia. Their story challenges us: was their disappearance a defeat or a triumph? The amulet, joining relics like Sun's Breath, Warrior's Curse, Night's Veil, and Moon's Oath, hints at a chain of vows to outlast their enemies, per archaeological records. In 2025, Yuchi descendants guard their traditions, their fires burning under blood moons, unseen by a world that tried to erase them. Did they outwit history? What does Star's shadow protect? Whose spirits watch from the shadows? Drop your thoughts below, hit that thumbs up, and subscribe to Frontier Chronicles for more tales of mystery and defiance.